Hey guys, welcome back to Hey guys, welcome back. This is another episode of Just Another Shilling. I had this in my backlog, so I totally forgot I even had this video available. I'm working on editing it right now, but I figured I'd tell you what's going on. So I work on average 50 to 60 hours a week. I know, it seems like crazy. Why am I doing YouTube and also doing this? But this is just something that's been on my heart, something I've desired to do for a little over a year or two, and I figured I might as well try it. Because I work so many hours a week, I need to make sure that my family gets fed. I have a wonderful husband who does his best. He cooks meals for the kids on a daily basis. They have a hot meal for dinner every single night. But what I was noticing is they were eating mac and cheese a lot. Now, there's nothing wrong with macaroni and cheese, but when you're a professional chef and that's what your children are eating on a daily basis, I really take issue with that. So what I did is I went ahead and researched and found out that I can make freezer meals. What I do is I cook about 5 different meals. I make 2 or 3 of them at a time and just spend one day in the kitchen cooking up the meals. So I want to show you what I have. We'll see you right here. So I just wanted to show you here, this is my grocery haul. This is just about everything that I'm going to use in order to make my 10 dinners. Yep, you heard it right. I am making 10 freezer meals and 1 actual dinner because we need to eat something that night. So come along and join me on the journey. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my onions cut. All I'm doing is dicing them into a fine chop. Right here I have a bag of onions and I'm just going to cut them all. Whatever I don't use is going to end up back in the freezer, so it doesn't really matter if I cut too many, but I just like getting this stuff done. And honestly guys, these onions were strong. I had a good cry while doing it. So a little over half my dishes that I was making for this had ground meat in them. Ground meat takes a little while to cook, so while I was chopping my onions, I was getting this browned so I didn't have to wait for it later. So this is where I have to let you guys know that all of these recipes are found in the Trim Healthy Mama cookbooks. They're Trim Healthy Table and the cookbook. So I'm not going to be linking the recipes below. But what I will be doing is linking where you can get their cookbook. Because of copyright laws and stuff like that, I really just don't want to use the recipes. Yes, I know I did change them, but the basis of all these recipes is pretty much the same thing. I just added a couple ingredients here or there. In this recipe, what I do have is ground meat, vegetables. I used a bag of peas, I believe, in this one. The chopped onion, some cheddar cheese, mayonnaise, sour cream, heavy whipping cream, salt, pepper, and I think that's it. I might have put pickles in here, but I'm really sure I didn't. So I'm just going to get everything mixed together, and then once it's all ready to go, I will show you how to assemble it. So here you see my little helper helping me out in the kitchen again. I try to get them in the kitchen with me whenever I can, but sometimes it just gets a little bit too much. They make too big of a mess, it takes too long to make the stuff. This was the beginning of my cooking day, so I didn't really mind having her help, especially because what she was doing was going to save me a couple of minutes. Now that she's got that mixed up pretty well, I'm just looking for the eggs to be broken and it to thicken up. I'm going to go ahead and add fresh cracked black pepper and my pink Himalayan sea salt into the sauce. I promise you, if you forget these ingredients, it has the most bland flavor. It's really something that you want to do. She is excited that this is pink. That's all that matters to her. I'm going to go ahead and let her mix this for just a minute or two more. It's not gonna hurt anything. And that way I can get all my ingredients into my big bowl. I got my green peas, my onions, and my cheese that are all gonna get mixed in, and I might even season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. So remember, I'm making 10 dinners today, so these are gonna go into 2 separate dishes. It's enough to make 2 meals for our family, and it's actually more like 3 or 4 meals depending on how hungry my kids actually are. I usually fill these to about a ½ inch from the top of the dish once everything's all in it. You're gonna see me here in a second press it down and smooth it around. This is 100% obsessive compulsive me. You don't need to do it, but I need it to look pretty before it actually gets wrapped up and goes into the thing. My family doesn't really care if it looks pretty or not. They just care that it tastes good. It is all me. So now I'm going to pour my sauce over the top. This sauce is going to turn into this nice, delicious custardy. I have no idea what it would be, but it's really, really good. It puts a good topping on the crust. It bakes off really, really nice. It even freezes beautifully. It's so good. And of course, you cannot forget to top it with cheese. These are my 2 cheeseburger pies, or cheeseburger casseroles, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to get them wrapped up here, covered in some plastic wrap and then aluminum foil, and get them labeled and into the freezer. So next I'm moving on to my pizza casserole. This is an incredibly simple dish. Anyone can make it. It's delicious. If you wanted to change it up and throw some noodles in there, you most definitely could. Again, this recipe is found in one of the Trim Healthy cookbooks. It's just ground meat, whatever pizza toppings you could possibly want, mozzarella cheese, and pasta sauce. Specifically, I use Walmart brand pizza sauce. It is sugar-free, it's low in carbs, it has good flavoring. I do season it, but it's really easy to make, it's really fast to make. It's sort of like a meat lasagna. So enjoy. That's it. There you go on the pizza casseroles. They are now wrapped and labeled to go in the freezer. I got 2 dinners down and 6 more to go. Oh, I forgot. It's almost dinner time. I guess I should be making something, you know, for my family to eat today. And I couldn't just take something I was going to put in the freezer into the oven. No, I have to make it harder on myself. So here I am roasting potatoes. Those are going to go into the oven for about 45 minutes. They have olive oil, salt, pepper on a sheet pan into the oven. Why do I do this to myself? Oh, did I forget to mention? I put some rosemary on there. That's what makes them absolutely delicious. So I don't know about you guys, but I hate mushrooms. I think they're gross. I know they're a fungus. Funguses grow in bad places, and I don't understand who was the first person to look at a mushroom and go, that looks good, I'll eat it. But someone did. And my husband really likes mushrooms. My kids eat them even when they don't know they're eating them. So I guess I make stuff with mushrooms. This was a pot sticker dish that was supposed to be little mini pot sticker loaves. And I turned it into one big meatloaf just because I didn't want to roll all the balls up into little balls. So I had mushrooms in it as part of it. There were also onions in here that you're going to see me food processing. I ground these things up as small as I could possibly get them. So you're going to see me processing for a minute or two here. So next I went ahead and added the rest of everything that needed to go in there. There was some baking blend from Trim Healthy Mama, the pork, some salt and pepper, just the general ingredients that you would go ahead and put into any meatloaf. So this is a different little helper helping me. She had to have a try just like her little sister, and of course I let her. She wasn't really harming anything by doing the work with me, and they love getting to stir. I try to keep them away from the things like the raw meat because they like to lick fingers, but for the most part I generally have one of them either by my feet or at my side whenever I'm in the kitchen. So this recipe only made one dish, and I really honestly think if I make it again I'm going to put it into bread loaf pans and make it that way. Because it actually made 2 dinners for my family. So I have 4 steaks here. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of seasoning on them, and then I'm going to get them cooking because, oh yeah, we need to have dinner, and I didn't want these going bad. I don't know why I put olive oil in my nonstick pan. I'm still trying to figure that one out, but I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it in there. I'm going to get it heated up just a little bit. I'm going to play with my camera because why not? And we'll get them cooking. What I didn't realize was that they were going to be too big to have 4 pieces of steak in one pan. So what I did was I threw 3 in there so that they would have a little bit of breathing space, and then I just pulled out another pan with the 4th one in a different pan. Alright, so I got my steak cooking. I don't have to worry about it. Let's keep going on this freezer cooking kick. Now this dish I may have already shown you guys. I'm going to make some banging ranch chicken. This recipe is also in the Trim Healthy cookbook. I've shown you cleaning the chicken. We're going to race through this for a second. I did get someone to ask me, what do I do with all those little bits? And the honest answer is, the ones that are big enough, I actually cook those up and we just give them to the dog. He likes them. He doesn't mind the tough pieces in them. He actually just pretty much swallows them whole. So that's what I go ahead and do with them. We're going to get our tenders going. In the cookbook, these are actually called Banging Ranch drumsticks. It's just easier to feed my kids chicken tenders, and it's cheaper to buy a whole chicken breast and cut it into tenders as opposed to buying the tenders individually themselves. Oh yeah, the steak. Let's get it flipped over. You want that nice brown caramelization going on with the steak. That is where all of your flavor is. Alright, back to the chicken. Yes, I did wash my hands in between handling the different kinds of meats and taking care of these things too. No, I did not touch the cooked meat with the raw chicken hands. Guys, that's gross. And oh yeah, I have a sanitation license, so I know when to wash my hands and when is okay not to wash your hands. And if you ever have a question of whether or not you should be washing your hands, the answer is 99% of the time, yes, wash them. Just saying. Again, I am my little helper here. She is doing her job at stirring the sauce that's going to go over the chicken. Those onions, I honestly just threw them in there because they were sitting there and I had them, and if I wasn't going to use them here, they were going into the freezer. And actually, they made them taste so much better. I really liked it with the onion, and I might add that to them next time. But here we're going to get them mixed up with the sauce and put into their pans. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mix these with a spoon for a second and realize how obnoxious that is. And then go ahead and just use my hands because it's a lot faster. You just want to mix it until it's combined. Make sure that all the pieces are coated with the mixture. And then get it ready to go into the prepared pans. So if you're watching in the background, my little helper is trying really hard to help me by wash dishes. I'm going to let her play in the water there for a couple of minutes, mainly because it's not hurting anything, and she feels like she's doing something to make it better. Meanwhile, I'm going to take the chicken and I'm going to get it just in a single layer in the pan. They can be touching, that's fine, but you don't really want to go higher than a single layer. They won't cook as evenly. So we're going to get these into the pan, and then once they're there, we'll wrap them up and have them ready to go into the freezer. I believe this is meals number 6 and 7. So this is the last meal I made of the night. I knew while making this one that I was done, and I honestly don't even have the rest of this video because I got so frustrated when I messed up the way I did. This is my lazy lasagna, not mine, Trim Healthy Mama lazy lasagna. This is really good. The noodles are not actually noodles. You're going to use some spinach. It says to use frozen spinach in the book, I believe. I used fresh because it's what I had. So I'm going to get this assembled, and then in a minute or two I'll show you what I did wrong. Adding cottage cheese. Yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to put cottage cheese in there. That's what makes it good. I don't actually like the texture of cottage cheese, so what I do is I puree it. I give it a good blend and get it nice and smooth. It actually turns into a texture that's very similar to ricotta cheese at a price that's a bit lower, and it's a little bit healthier. There's a slowdown. Right here. This was my mistake. This, in my hand, is a container of sour cream. What was I supposed to put in? Cream cheese. Yep, that was what I did wrong. So mad. That was me right there realizing it. That was me there trying to figure out what I was going to do about it. And that was me there deciding, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And you know what happened, guys? It was actually really good. I gave it a different flavor profile. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I did it, and I survived, and they ate it, and it was good. Alright guys, so my battery is about to die. I'm going to make this really fast if I can. I did end up making one more dish. It was the taco casserole. I just mixed some garlic, some onion, some frozen bell peppers. They were already chopped up, in with some ground meat. Put a little bit of salt and pepper in there and a little bit of taco seasoning. Mixed that with salsa. Yeah, I know, salsa. And then topped it with cheese. Really fast, really easy, really good. I had enough ground meat just to get it done. Again, I'm not really sorry about the lazy lasagna, mainly because it was good. My family ate it, they enjoyed it. I am never making it that way again. But they ate it, and that is what matters. So there you have it, 10 dinners in one go, enough to feed my family for about a month. They really enjoyed everything that they had. My husband said I definitely need to remake that casserole again, the one with the pot stickers in it, so I guess I'm making that again. Can't choose what they like, even if it has mushrooms in it. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Let me know if I should make more videos like this where I make all my freezer meals, because I definitely do that once a month. If you guys want to see it, let me know what else you want to see. If you want me to make anything different, or if you have any suggestions for what we should have for dinner, I'm always looking. Thanks for watching, guys. Help me get to that 1,000 subscribers by the end of August. It would be a wonderful birthday present for me, and I will definitely see you next time. I knew I had some kind of clips for this missing dinner. What I did is a taco. It could be a dip or a salad. This was just ground meat. It had some salsa on it, a little bit of cheese, and then I topped it off with sour cream, and you saw it right there with the lettuce underneath. It was really, really good. Alright guys, so that's really it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. I am well on my way to 1,000 subscribers. Help me get there, please. See you next time.